Julien Bernard, Esteban Chavez, separated by one roundabout. Looks like the group is now really getting smaller, Magnus.
It is thinning out, isn't it? It is definitely thinning out, but I think it's also bunching up somewhat now with everyone being aware that we got this this final climb to come, and a bit of a descent first here, a relatively quick one as well, and then a very, very tight left-hander, and then we start climbing again, and it does, like I said, it lets up a couple of times where it goes flat, but it doesn't really sort of fully descend at any point, really.
Well, here we go. On our way to Vence. This climb officially is called Montée de la Cygne. And like you explained, it's not that super steep, but it all depends on how fast you race it, of course. With Champousin, with Bouet pacing Vauquelin there.
Well, we still have that sort of section of 13% that's coming up. So yeah, there are some bits that it's definitely hard enough.
Also moving to the front now is Lennart van Eetveld, the man with 71 for Lotto Destiny. 2 podium places for him on Mallorca. In the green jersey we have Skelmors, of course, yesterday's winner. 61, which is Romain Bardet. McCarthy trying to move to the front there. Great job here by Chavez. McCarthy trying to go all the way on the outside to move up to the front there. And the last tempo there, he's a little bit further back, is he?
Yeah. I think also if you are thinking about making an attack, you don't want to sit right at the front either. You want to be able to come with some speed from further down the group.
Of course, the camera and the TV director always looking for Thibaut Pinot, one of the biggest names in France. Great to see the focus on the faces of these riders there. It's really up-close camera position. You do hope for EF Education Easy Post that they actually finished this off, that Paulus actually finishes off, because for the past 50 kilometers they've been doing all the work at the front.
Yeah, they have. I mean, they've done a great job, really good job. And sometimes, okay, even if you don't finish it off, this will feel good from a team's perspective of how they work together and how they set it up. So, and you've got to believe in that. You know, the actual conversion rate on work that you do in the peloton isn't great. It never will be. Ultimately, because we've got so many different teams and riders out there. So. You just got to continue believing, and the better you do these jobs, the higher the rate, the conversion rate is in terms of wins. See Alfredo starting to get towards the front. They want to make sure that they got Skelmosen up here now as well and ready in position. Milan decides that that's the wheel to follow.
Bernard and Squinch and Elisonde currently in front of Skelmose. Vauquelin in, yeah, sorry, yeah.
Quickly getting towards this steeper part here now, which I think is where White Trek Segafredo are driving it as hard as they are here now. They really want to make sure that they deliver Skelmosen into the bottom of that run with Elisonde in front of him. Maybe use him as a bit of a the man to make the attack, and Skelmosen maybe going over the top as soon as he starts leveling out again.
6.9 kilometers to go. Top is at 3 kilometers to go. Julien Bernard putting in his last efforts there before Squinch takes over. Vauquelin still has one teammate with him, with Champousin, Also, Torsten Treen is getting to the front there for UNOX together with Wilsley, the Danish rider. This is Grégoire with number 13. He was on the attack for a while on his own. And Carthy is now all the way at the tail end of the peloton. It looks like Paulus is now isolated, Dennis.
Yeah, I think he is, but I don't think it will matter too much by the time we've done this steep section here that's coming now.
Final job done by Venturini, Chirel, I mean. And now it's up to Tom Squinch there for Trek Segafredo. Kenny Elizonde on his wheel, Skelmoser behind, and then Vauquelin. Paulus a little bit further back. Parepintre is the man for AG2R, the current number 4 in the GC. And trying to find the tall stature there of Kevin Gignac. Yeah, he's moving to the front right now with number 12 on the outside. Great ride as well by the Danish rider Matthias Breinoy of the Leopard team. And there goes Paulus. He is moving to the front now. Last efforts here by Kenny Elizonde. Look at these domestiques. Look at Squinch there. Look at Champouzin. Completely empty there. Parking their bike on the foot of the climb. As Elizonde is giving absolutely everything to pace Skelmoser. This is crunch time for the riders in the general classification. They're all there. Paulus is moving to the front right now.
Yeah, this is a controlled attack by Paulus. He's not just going full explosion. He's just upping the pace a bit more to see what he can do. Can he get rid of everyone? At least narrow it down to a very, very select little group.
There's only 6 seconds in the GC between Paulus and our race leader Vauquelin. Skelmoser, it looks pretty much, well, not impossible, but it looks very difficult to win almost half a minute on the man in yellow. Gignac in fourth and Parepintre. And Parepintre puts in the attack there, the man with number 44. That is a nice little attack here. He already took 6 bonus seconds today, meaning that he's now at 18 seconds from Vauquelin.
Yeah, now you have to gamble a bit if you're for Paulus or well, Paulus definitely, because it's Vauquelin who really wants to keep hold of his yellow jersey, and he's the man who really has to sort of respond to this one.
David Gaudu, also not that far back in the general classification, but all of them still need to overcome that gap taken by Vauquelin, by Paulus, Gignac and Parepintre in that opening stage. And that is, I think, going to prove to be the pivotal stage in this 3-day stage race, the opening stage. But 5 kilometers to go. Parepintre, he has got 1 win under his belt, and that is the Grand Prix La Marseillaise. He's got a nice gap there, and most of our team leaders right now are isolated, apart from Gignac, who still has a few teammates there, including Gaudu, who's now going to get Parepintre. Yeah, and if the others are starting to look at each other, Parepintre clearly started this day with a mission, otherwise you do not go full gas for these 2 intermediate sprints. He took them both.
Whoa.
So that is 6 seconds, but Paulus is still looking very composed, and Skelmoser is losing a little bit at the moment.
Yeah, that's
no, he's still on.
Skelmoser is better than Vauquelin, because Vauquelin is in that behind that little split there.
Yes, that is exactly, yeah. I have them confused. I'm sorry. Vauquelin was on
here we go.
he was behind the tall man, the big man from AG2R. This is a counter-attack. This is over Gaudu. Gignac follows very closely. Great ride there by Kevin Gignac as well. And one of the riders there for AG2R trying to control. And now an attack by Vauquelin, trying to follow the wheels there for Gignac. Remember, we still have Parepintre there at the front.
I think Vauquelin spotted that Paulus went a little bit further down the group, and as the road narrowed, he decided that he was going to have a little bit of a dig here.
fascinating game of cat and mouse where Groupama FDG absolutely have strength in numbers here. Still 3 of their riders there, including Gaudu and Gignettes. I have not identified the last rider of that 3.
This is a good moment now when everyone is starting to have done a couple of attacks.
It's actually Thibaut Pinot himself. Thibaut Pinot, Felix Gall and Vauquelin decides to follow this attack. But this man is still in the lead. He has taken 6 seconds today. Vauquelin took 1 back, so that means that from the 23 this morning, he still has to do 18 plus some bonus seconds. It's still pretty difficult, but he is committing to it, and the end of the climb, Magnus, is within the next kilometer.
Well, within the next 500 meters, it's at 3 kilometers to go. So the King of the Mountains point is actually passed already, but it continues to go slightly uphill for another couple of 100 meters here. And then 3 kilometers to go is where it's going completely flat and basically more or less stays flat all the way to the finish.
We don't have any wind to take into account. Of course, it's quite a sheltered finale today, so not a headwind. And I think that Paulus might be in a little bit of trouble here as Carthy is trying to up the pace there. Gaudu getting to the front again together with Felix Gall. Vauquelin there, we have Bardet, we have Thibaut Pinot, Skelmos is there, David Gaudu. Breinhoy, fantastic ride there by the Danish rider to be still in the mix at this stage. Fantastic ride from a 3rd division rider actually. But 17 seconds is given at the moment. It's going to be a lot of calculations in the head at the moment of Aurélien Barré-Peintre. His brother Valentin is also part of this team as we just passed the 3 kilometers to go mark.
Well, at the moment he's looking to pretty much be taking this one.
17 seconds, that would be enough because there's 10 bonus seconds on the line as well for the winner. 13 seconds is given right now. He is, yet again, 18 seconds behind Vauquelin in the general classification and 11 behind Paulus, but that doesn't really matter. It's all about the yellow jersey. He didn't win last year, Aurélien Barré-Peintre, but this is pretty solid. I'm very happy we're not doing a bunch sprint there with these bollards, completely unprotected on the road, and that we just have a small group here. 11 seconds. He is changing something on his bike computer right now. See, maybe the watt's a little bit bigger on the screen to see how fast and how far and how much he can give. But Barré-Peintre, Gall is shadowing David Gaudu at the moment, making sure that this group, of course he wants the others to take over. It's not going to come from Paulus today, I'm pretty sure, because Carty is trying yet again, and if Paulus had the legs that he had on the opening day, he would have put in another attack. I think this is a very difficult situation for the teams here. We have Paulus there with 56, Groupama FDG giving everything they have with Mollard, with Gaudu, with Pinot, and of course with Gignettes there are number 3 in the general classification. 13 seconds is the difference now. There is 10 seconds on the line for him, but also of course 6 and 4 for the riders crossing in 2nd and 3rd place. It's going to take a lot of calculations to see who is going to win this. A final dig there by Thibaut Pinot, trying to get everything there for Rudy Mollard. We have Gall, we have Vauquelin, Bardet, Skelmos, Paulus. That is the group. 11 seconds is indicated. He is close to the Flamme Rouge, Aurélien Barré-Peintre. And this is going to be so close. He's glancing over his shoulder. And of course, he's dying to know the exact time difference. But the only thing he can do at the moment, Magnus, is just keep on going. There's no other way.
As hard as you can.
That is the Flamme Rouge there for Aurélien Barré-Peintre. You can see in his body language, he is so tired. His body is shaking from left to right. He tries to get as aero as he possibly can. And there we have another counter-attack, or, well, an effort there by Thibaut Pinot. They're really giving everything there, the team of Groupama FDG, for Kevin Gignettes. But 13 seconds, it would be enough for Parepintre. Vauquelin, of course, he has to focus on becoming second on the stage. He needs those 6 bonus seconds to be within a shot of actually winning the general classification. There he is, in sight of the Finnish cameras, gritting his teeth, trying to be even more aerodynamic as he can be in the final stretch of stage 3 of Tour des Alpes Maritimes et du Var. 300 meters to go. He has got the stage win. We can surely say that he wins the stage, but is he also going to win the general classification? It's going to be very, very close. He is going for that stage win. He's giving everything to the line. Aurélien Parepintre is his name. He is the winner of the stage, and he's celebrating 26th, the man from the Alps, and it will be enough for Kevin Vauquelin to win the general classification. Oof.
Wow, that was a bit hectic in the final there, wasn't it?
You could also see that general classification was not really on the mind of Parepintre. Otherwise, he would not have celebrated that win, that he would go on full on all the way to the line.
I think he knew already that they were coming. They were too close for him to pick up the GC win. But you know, stage 1, you got to celebrate it, haven't you?
de cette 55e édition, le succès final de Kevin Vauquelin.
Chasing group there with Elisonde, who's been doing so much work. We have Gagignard there, and also Bastien Tranchon. But he has got the general classification in the bag. Kevin Vauquelin, and like he said in the opening stage that he won in the interview, he's won quite a few best young rider jerseys, but winning a real general classification is a first for him. But he really had to give everything that he had to actually secure this. It didn't come easy for him. He was under attack straight from the start of this stage.
Yeah, I think both he and his whole team has had to work hard for it. So, yeah, but job well done.
Really gritting his teeth here. Lovely slow-mo images there for the 26-year-old from Annemasse, which is in the French Alps. His entire career he spent with his team. He also was part of the AG2R development structure all the way from his junior age, and this is his second win only. Like I said, he won the Grand Prix La Marseillaise 2 years ago, and now the third stage of the Tour des Alpes Maritimes et du Var. Next week we will see him again, and many of the same riders we saw in the past 3 days in the duo of races that we have in the Ardèche and Drôme region. So that means that we are traveling around 300 kilometers to the north with more climbing, and often in that region really abysmal weather as well. Yeah. So that is next Saturday and Sunday, and of course I know you will all be focusing on the Omloop, but I promise you that these races in France are worth watching back on all our digital platforms, and Hannah Walker and I will be on them.
Good.
And you'll be busy just
I'll be
racing over cobbles.
Yeah.
This is the stage with Parepintre winning ahead of Skelmose, Vauquelin, Bardet, Perez, Genietz, Breinhoy, Torsten Treen, Nielsen Paulus and Felix Gall. That is a very good result from the Danish rider, and for him of course it also goes. He's been on the Rival team and always trying, you know, knocking on the door of a higher level, and that's why it's sad. There's just no pro team of a higher level in Denmark.